Hi guys, so welcome once again to the Coffee and Heroes Show, your weekly roundup of all the comics, movies, TV news, and also a place for me to chat about the store and any updates and bits and pieces we're working on. So this week, with regards to the store itself, just a couple of small updates just to throw your way. We are currently in the process of upgrading some of the furniture in the store and some of the display furnishings, some of the bays that the back issues are collated in. So we're working hard on that. We want to bring the store, just give it as much sort of polish as possible, use this time wisely. We're also marking out the store in terms of, respecting social distancing and being responsible and so forth. We're working out exactly how many customers can be in the store at any one time. So that's another thing that we're working on. We have plans for a gaming area. And now, with regards to gaming, we're chatting console gaming. We're looking at getting an area set up in the store where people will be able to sort of rent out time, so to speak, to play on retro consoles. We've lined up the likes of GameCube, Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, NES, a few other different bits and pieces. We even have one of the classic SNES minis, stuff like that. So what we'll be doing is offering that as a little area in the store where people will be able to come in, pay like a certain fee for a certain amount of time to sit and play. Obviously, we have the arcade machine already, so this is just a little bit of an extension to that idea, and it's just somewhere where people can come and chill out and all the rest and be able to enjoy a bit of retro gaming. We've been sourcing a lot of old games, so you'll be able to get that proper retro feel and be able also to change the games up. It's not a case of coming in and you pick one game and that's it, and then next guy on. We'll have a selection of games you can chop and change and so forth. We were in, I'm recording this on the Friday night, we were in on Thursday, organising a lot of this, but also we were trying to get a bit more information regarding when we can actually reopen. Now, it looks like it's going to be sort of end of June, early July. I was hoping it could have been a little sooner than that, but we're always at the behest of the Belfast City Council with regards to them owning Smithfield Markets. So we'll obviously keep you guys informed with regards to an exact date when we get it. We have used the time wisely. As I say, and the store is going to be better when we get back open. We also understand people are going to come back to us in stages as well. When it becomes safe to go back out into the town and so forth, I'd say it'll be a bit of a phased thing where people will get more and more comfortable in their own time with coming in. I don't think it's going to be like flicking a switch where suddenly there's no one in town and then suddenly there's 100% of the population. I think it'll be a staggered thing, and therefore I think that'll make it a lot more manageable as well. The other thing that we have been working on a lot behind the scenes, and I've been working on quite a lot myself this week, is the website for the store. We hope to launch it in the next couple of weeks. Anyone, just in case they haven't watched any of our previous YouTube updates, what we're looking at doing is having an online store, but also we will have news on there, reviews, previews, links to all the podcast stuff, links to all the YouTube stuff. So we want to make it a wee bit of an online community. So it's really come along well, guys, and I'm really chuffed with how it's looking. So as I say, hopefully within the next 2 weeks we'll kick that off. So yeah, that's just a little bit of maintenance about the store. So it is. What we'll move on to now is just a little bit of news from the last week. Certainly the biggest thing with regards to the comics industry was the announcement of the nominees for the Eisner Awards this year. So the Eisner Awards with comics are essentially to comics what the Oscars are to movies, what the Golden Globes are to television. This is like the industry standard for recognition in terms of the material that has come out in the last year. So there's tons of different categories, and I'll be honest, there's a few categories that there is material in there that I'm not overly familiar with, so I'll focus on the ones that certainly have my attention. Best Continuing Series is between a series called Bitter Root, Criminal, big fan of, Crowded, Daredevil, which I'm also a big fan of, The Dreaming, and Immortal Hulk, which I'm also a big fan of. If I had to pick out a winner there, love to see Daredevil get the recognition I think it deserves. We've got Best Limited Series, which is between 5. You've got Ascender, great story by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. It's an Image title. Ghost Tree, which was a cool little mini series over at IDW. You've got Little Bird, which is fantastic. If I just look behind into the usual trusty catalogue, oh no, it's in front of me, it's over there. I was going to pull up the graphic novel. Great book, and another one that we keep in store all the time. You've got Naomi, and then you've got Sentient, which is actually behind me. Sentient is part of the TKO line, and this one is probably their best title so far, along with Sarah by Garth Ennis and Steve Epting. Sentient is Jeff Lemire and Gabriel H. Walta, who was the artist on Tom Keen's The Vision Run. Really great series. That works really well with the Alien soundtrack. Highly recommend that. We have that in store as well. What else we got here? We've got Best New Series. So again, 5 different titles. This one is a very competitive, very competitive category. You've got Doctor Doom, which has been a new series launched by Christopher Cantwell and Salvador Larroca at Marvel. Invisible Kingdom, G. Willow Wilson and Christian Ward, that's been launched through Dark Horse. Then you get into the real meat for me anyway. You've got Once and Future, which anyone who listens to the podcast or jumps on the YouTube channel have probably talked about it as well. Kieran Gill and Dan Mora Boom series. You've also got Something Is Killing the Children, another one we go on and on about, by James Tinian IV and Werther de la Dera. And then you've also got Undiscovered Country by Scott Schneider, Charles Soule, Giuseppe Camuncoli. If I had to, have a gun to my head in regards to what I'd like to see win there, I really do struggle. I would really put it down to between Once and Future and Something Is Killing the Children. I think Once and Future would just have the edge, but I mean like the finest of edge. What else have we got here? That's some interesting stuff. You've got Best Writer for the year. So writer-wise, you've got Bobby Curnow, who is the writer from Ghost Tree, that mini-series I mentioned for IDW. You've got M.K. Reid and Greg Means, who worked on a Top Shelf series called Penny Nichols. Mariko Tamaki, who's worked on quite a few things. Harley Quinn Breaking Glass for DC. Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me for First Second Macmillan. Worked on Archie as well. You've also Louis Trondheim for Stay, Maggie Garrison, which is a self-made hero book. Got G. Willow Wilson. Her Miss Marvel stuff is fantastic. Invisible Kingdom, I'll be honest, I struggled a little bit with it. I do have the first arc. I never really went back to the second one, but Miss Marvel run, brilliant. But for me, again, no one will be surprised here to see who I want to win, and that's Chip Zdarsky, who this year has done White Trees, Daredevil, Spider-Man Life Story, did The Invaders, all his stuff is Sex Criminals, of course. So really hope that Chip Zdarsky walks away with that and he throws another Eisner in his pile of Eisners. Best Writer Artist, you've got Nina Bunjevich for a series called Benzamina. You've got Mira Jacob for Good Talk. Kum Suk Gendry Kim for Grass. James Stocco for Sobek. Quite a fan of James Stocco. I think he would be my one here. Raina Tel Gamer for Guts and Tilly Walden for Are You Listening? Just another couple to look at. Best Artist, essentially, so Best Penciler or Inker. Ian Bertram for Little Bird. Really hope he takes it. If not, my second choice would be Bill Quee Evely for The Dreaming. Really cool, dreamy artwork. I can't think of a better word. Apologies. You've also got in there Simon Guillen for Ghost Tree, Steve Pugh for Harley Quinn Breaking Glass, and Rosemary Valero O'Connell for Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. What else have we got? Best Cover Artist. This one's quite a competitive category as well, certainly in terms of what I like. You've got Jen Bartel for Blackbird. Jen Bartel's also been doing a lot of the Marvel Tales covers. There's a particularly great Black Widow one, which I really like. You got Francesco Francavilla. This is an artist I've been a fan of for a long time. Specializes predominantly in horror variant covers, but has been doing Archie for a long time. Did Archie versus Predator. What have I got up here on the wall? I've got Afterlife with Archie just over there, which is the #1 signed by him. Big fan of Francavilla's work. He was one of the artists on The Black Mirror with Scott Schneider and then Jock. So Jock would do the sort of Batman parts, and Francavilla would do the Gordon parts, and their artwork worked really well in tandem. You've got David Mack, who does variants predominantly for the likes of American Gods and Fight Club for Dark Horse. Emma Rios, Pretty Deadly. Julian Todino Tedesco, I'd be very happy with that win as well. Wonderful, wonderful covers on the Chip Zdarsky Daredevil run. And then you've also got Christian Ward for Machine Gun Wizards, Invisible Kingdom, that kind of stuff. What else have we got on here? I'll just finish off with one more, which I think is an interesting category, and that is the best coloring. Coloring is one of those things in comic books you don't notice until you notice it, and if it's done really well, it doesn't stand out in the same way writing and art does, because it's just there and it's perfect and it adds to the mood. For me, the one I would want to see win this would be Matt Hollingsworth. Worked predominantly for Batman Curse the White Knight, Batman White Knight Presents Von Freeze, and also the aforementioned Little Bird as well. But you have a couple of other good ones here as well. Jean-Francois Bellew does it on Middle West, another title we're big fans of. Lorena Alvarez for Hicotea. You've also got Molly Mendoza for Skip. And then another industry legend, Dave Stewart, who worked on Black Hammer, BPRD, Gideon Falls, Silver Surfer Black, Spider-Man. He'd be a very, very worthy winner as well. So there are a few more categories for the Eisners. You can find the full nominations online easily enough. But those were just sort of a little bit of a pick through the main ones. So what I was going to move on to next is just with regards to the new releases. So as I stated last time when I was showing off my pull list, obviously comics traditionally are weekly, but at the moment they're being delivered to us fortnightly. It doesn't even necessarily mean that we're getting double the week's worth of books. The companies at the moment are just sort of slowly bringing their stuff back out, which means that you're not getting masses of deliveries and then saying to people, here's your pull list, and it's this high and that kind of thing. But we just got our list through. So as I say, recording this on the Friday, these will be the releases that we get for next week. So we hope to have our delivery by Tuesday or Wednesday. Again, with everything happening with the pandemic, it is a little subject to change. So in terms of stuff to look forward to next week, you've got Buffy Every Generation, a brand new number one shot, I believe. You've got Faithless 2, Go-Go Power Rangers 32, Jim Henson Dark Crystal Age Resistance number 8, Red Mother, another title I'm a fan of, number 5, Something is Killing the Children, what a title. We Serve the People, My Mother's Stories original graphic novel. You've got Action Comics 1022, Amethyst number 3. A big one next week for me, this is the biggest release of the week and no one will be surprised at me saying that, Batman 92. We have ordered massive on this. It looks to be the first proper appearance of this new character Punchline, and a lot of people are speculating and buying up copies and all that kind of thing. We'll have it at a cover price. So if any of you guys don't have Batman on your pull list and you'd like a copy, just hit us up and let us know. You've got Batman Secret Files number 3, Batman Superman number 9, Batman The Adventures Continue number 1. Looking forward to that as well. That is continuing on the Batman animated series universe. You've got Batman's Grave number 7, Birds of Prey number 1. I believe that's a one-shot thick book. You've got DC Classics Batman Adventures, DC Comics The Astonishing Art of Amanda Connor, DC Goes to War, Detective Comics 1022, hell of a heavy Batman week, happy guy. Far Sector number 6, you've got Harley Quinn 73, Hellblazer number 6, we've got the Joker 80th Anniversary 100-page super spectacular coming, and assorted variants. We have Justice League 46, we've got Justice League Dark 22, Justice League Odyssey 21, Last God Sourcebook number 1, Legion of Superheroes number 6, Lois Lane number 11, another great title, that's the second last issue I believe. You've got Nightwing 71, Scooby-Doo Where Are You number 104, Shazam number 12, we've got Superman Giant number 3, Wonder Woman 755, Wonder Woman 756, we've got The Boys, Dear Becky, looking forward to that, that's a new Boys series. Death Defying Devil number 5, we got Deja Thoris number 5, James Bond number 5, Dynamite seems to be a lot of number 5s, Kiss Zombies number 5, you've got Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, Death of Nancy Drew number 1, Vampirella Red Sonja number 8, we've got Cobra Kai, Karate Kid Saga Continues number 4, we've got G.I. Joe 271, Kill Lock number 5, Mountainhead number 4, it's a title I really enjoy. We have then a good run actually of Image stuff, and there's some great stuff here. Adventure Man number 1, that looks really good. Bitterroot number 8, we got Decorum number 2, Jonathan Hickman, great stuff there. Die 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 number 10, Excellence is coming back, number 7. Ice Cream Man, number 19. We've got Philadelphia, brilliant series, number 6. My second most anticipated title of the week next, Nailbiter Returns, number 1. We've got Paul is Dead, original graphic novel. We've got Reaver, number 8. Sonata, number 10. Stealth, number 2. Undiscovered Country, number 6. I think Image might win next week. There's some brilliant stuff there. And then with Marvel, as I say, they're slowly putting stuff out, so they don't have quite as many titles coming as they would normally. But what they do have coming next week is Black Cat number 11, Daredevil number 20, Deadpool number 5, Excalibur number 10, Miles Morales number 17, New Mutants number 10, and then a couple of trades. There is Spider-Man Venom Double Trouble, X-Men by Jonathan Hickman, trade paperback volume 1 as well. So that's going to cover what we're looking at getting next week. If there's anything there that you guys don't have in your pull list, let us know and we'll try our best. We have kept our ordering tight, as I say, because we don't have the store to display titles in, but we'll certainly do our best to get you sorted. So yeah, that pretty much covers the comic side of things. Just a couple of TV and movie things I thought were worth having a quick chat about. Certainly one of the most interesting things I read this week was the Marvel Studios are going to regain the Daredevil TV rights in late 2020. So Daredevil, I thought, on the Netflix, sort of Netflix universe, I suppose, was fantastic. Always really, really good. I thought that the way they introduced Punisher was great. I thought the stuff they did with Elektra was great. They then obviously brought in Jessica Jones, and they brought in Iron Fist and Luke Cage, and they really created a brilliant universe there, I thought. I thought Charlie Cox was brilliant in the role. Whether Marvel will continue with him in the role, I'll be honest, I highly doubt it, because there's a lot of egos in Hollywood, and they don't really want to say, well, you cast the perfect guy, we'll use him. But it'll be interesting to see how they actually work Daredevil in. You know, will they bring him in through a TV show? You know, you think of the original content coming on Disney Plus. You think of things like Falcon Winter Soldier. Could Daredevil be introduced there and then branch out to the movies? I don't know. Really curious to see, but we'll wait and see. But if you have never watched the Netflix Marvel stuff, I'll be honest, I came to it very late. But I've watched through nearly all of it now. Just 1 or 2 seasons still to go. There is a lot of it. What else did we have that was interesting? Some good stuff this week, actually, with the actor J.K. Simmons. So well known for, well, not very well known for being in Justice League. He was cast as Commissioner Gordon in Justice League, and then did next to nothing. But what he's most known for is J. Jonah Jameson. And spoiler alert, in the last Spider-Man movie, the after credits scene, he showed up on screen declaring how much Spider-Man was a menace. And this was an interesting thing, because obviously he was in the original Tobey Maguire movies, and the only thing I can equate it to is Judi Dench's M in the Bond movies. You know, she was M in the Brosnan movies, but she was M in the Daniel Craig movies, and they just did it without skipping a beat. No one questioned it. Apparently he's signed on for another couple of Spider-Man movies, so but he has said he doesn't know whether he will definitely be in them, whether these will be cameo roles, but they do seem to be bringing him in, which is great. And then just on the Commissioner Gordon thing, he actually did come out and was interviewed during the week talking about the Schneider Cut and all that stuff. And he did say there was a lot more filmed with him as Commissioner Gordon. So I'd like to see that. I do look at Gary Oldman pretty much as my definitive Commissioner Gordon, but J.K. Simmons is a great actor. If you've never seen the movie Whiplash, highly recommend it. What else we got? Talking about release that cuts. David Ayer continues to talk a lot about the Suicide Squad stuff. He was talking a lot about how when Deadpool came out and the negative reaction to Batman v Superman, how dark it was, that they essentially, that's why they wanted to lighten Suicide Squad up, and the movie just got changed from under him. He also answered a fan question this week, which I thought was really interesting. When Suicide Squad first came out, it was sort of insinuated that Harley Quinn had something to do with the Robin death. So in that universe, in Batman v Superman, you see Bruce Wayne look at that glass cabinet with, you know, the joke's on you, Batman. A Robin's been killed. They never tell you which Robin it was. But the insinuation was that Harley had helped with that. Apparently that came down from other sources. That wasn't what he wanted to do. He wanted the sort of killing of Robin to be the thing that finally got Joker sent to Arkham. He had all those gold teeth because Batman had, basically pummeled him into the ground and was ready to kill him and knocked all his teeth out. Therefore, he ends up with the gold teeth. But also, that's the first time he goes to Arkham, and then that's where he meets Harley, or Harleen at the time. So he wasn't too impressed with that change. But again, it's just another example of studio meddling and things that change, and how you think a director has all the power. They don't. It's the studios and the producers to be honest. So there was that. I thought one nice little story just to finish on was regarding Bill and Ted. So as we all know, Bill and Ted is coming out very soon. Probably not as soon as we would have liked, given the pandemic that's going on, unfortunately. But they actually appeared in a graduation video for San Dimas High School. Obviously, the high school that Bill and Ted went to in the Bill and Ted movies, and they actually appeared in the video wishing everybody good luck and all that kind of stuff, which I thought was really, really cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it on the music stuff. I mean, there's other small bits and pieces, but nothing really worth chatting about too much. Obviously, news is a bit more premium at the moment with, this is the reason all these news items are coming out about alternate cuts of movies and what could have been and casting choices and this and that. It's because they obviously can't work on new content at the moment. They can't hype that kind of stuff up. So they just have to tell us sort of the interesting what if stories and stuff like that. And it is interesting though that they have just actually, it's just come through just there now, I'll just finish on this. But they're actually chatting a little bit about the Snyder Cut and so forth. A lot of people were worrying that this was going to be like that once Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, it was going to be the first of many, and you were going to see all these unwanted cuts and all these different things. But they've actually come out and said that that's not the case. This is sort of a one-off, but it is sort of a victory for the fans getting it made. I'm sure people are sick listening to me about the Snyder Cut, but well. I look forward to it. So yeah, that's pretty much it with regards to that. What I thought I would do though, just for a bit of fun, is finish off with a What's in the Box. Anyone who follows the YouTube channel knows I'll be doing these quite regularly with plenty of boxes showing the stock that we're getting into the store. You can find the What's in the Box on the YouTube channel. I have recorded another one that'll be coming out in the next few days as well. But I did actually receive a box today, and I thought, you know what, I'll just open this on the show here rather than wait for the next one. And there was also some really cool stuff that came in. So, a little box here. I'll just fire it open. It may have already been opened, so this is slightly, a little white lie, shall we say. But I just thought it was some really cool stuff for us, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So again, these will all be for sale in the store once we get reopened. We've talked a little bit before about the CGC process, how it's something that a lot of collectors like to do. It's something people think about for long-term investments and so forth. So I got a few cool new CGCs in this week. So first up, we have a graded 7.0 copy of Vengeance of Bane. So why this is important is this is actually the origin and first appearance of Bane in the comics. 7.0 is a little bit lower than you would like for a modern comic, certainly, but this one actually came out 27 years ago. So although it's not, a pristine grade, it's still white pages, it's still a complete issue. That beautiful Glenn Fabry cover, and also again first appearance, which is always good to have. Another one which is actually 24 years old and possibly the greatest comic of all time. We have Watchmen #1. This one is graded at 9.2, and this is of course the first appearance of all those characters. First appearance of Rorschach, Ozymandias, Dr. Manhattan, Silk Spectre, Night Owl, and the quote death of comedian. So 9.2 graded, pretty damn sweet for a 34-year-old comic, not a 24-year-old comic. So that's going to be for sale in the store as well. And then just one more I got in as well, which actually came out, interestingly, the year I was born. I'll let you work out how many years ago that was. I don't like saying it out loud. We have the #1 of Frank Miller's Ronin, and this is graded at 9.2 as well. So great samurai series that Frank Miller did for DC. As I say, out in 1983, and pretty beautiful as well. So yeah, I'd be tempted to keep one or two of them myself, but gotta think of the business. So they'll be in store, guys. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the latest episode of the Coffee and Heroes show. As ever, feel free to rate and subscribe, spread the word, check out our podcast network. We're looking forward to getting back into the store sometime soon. Keep an eye on the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the usual stuff. And I'll always keep you guys updated with what's happening. So in the meantime, stay safe out there. Take it easy.